A Dynamax Battle Weekend featuring the Pokémon Ho-Oh is coming to Pokémon GO, and I think for a variety of reasons you should not skip out on this event. And I'm going to be talking about that along with all the details for this event in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, what's happening everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video, and I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So we gotta talk about this Max Battle Weekend that's coming to Pokemon GO because it's going to be featuring the legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh. Now when it comes to Dynamax battles, of course there are not that many Pokemon for you to choose, and when it comes to legendaries, there's not really that many that are going to be very useful. But Ho-Oh, for what it's worth, is going to be one of those super useful Pokemon because it is a very powerful fire type and a flying type. And I think that is the particular types that are kind of lacking right now. So I really do think this is going to be really important specifically for Dynamax battles, but I also think it's a great way for you to pick up legendaries. I mean, it is essentially free legendaries, right? You don't have to spend raid passes, you don't even have to spend any money. You're essentially just going to be getting legendaries just by participating. So I think for that reason, this is a really big event, and also on top of that, it's a great way for you to farm up Ho-Oh candies. So let's go over the details for this Max Battle Weekend because I do think there are a couple of things you will want to pay attention to. Dynamax Ho-Oh Max Battle Weekend is going to start on January 31st at 6 o'clock p.m. local time, and it's going to go until February 1st at 9 o'clock p.m. local time. Now this is going to be different from, like, let's say a raid day. This is essentially going to be a day-long thing, and it's going to go for the entire weekend. Pretty much a majority of max battles are going to be spawning Dynamax Ho-Oh, and it's going to be your opportunity to battle for this Pokemon and collect its Dynamax form. Now, of course, because this is an event, it's going to include some bonuses you will want to pay attention to. The first bonus is that your max particle collection limit is going to be increased to 1600, which is going to allow you to do more max battles. Also, the adventuring distance to receive max particles is going to be cut down to a quarter, and then you're going to see power spots refreshing more frequently. So, if you do not have that many power spots around you, do not worry, you'll still be able to do more Dynamax battles because those power spots are going to spawn a new Pokemon a lot more frequently. And then also, power spots are going to give you 8 times more max particles, which again is going to allow you to do more max battles. There's also going to be a timed research during this battle weekend, and it's going to award you with max particles, encounters with Dynamax Kabuto, as well as Kabuto candy. And then finally, there's going to be an event ticket which you can purchase within the in-game shop, and something that I've noticed is that recently they stopped giving the prices for these event tickets within these infographics, which I don't know if that's predatory, but I really do not like the lack of transparency there. But regardless, this event ticket is going to give you 6,400 max particles, which is going to allow you to do a ton of max battles, and you're also going to get 25,000 experience. And buying this event ticket is also going to give you the following event bonuses during this weekend. You're going to get double the amount of experience when you complete max battles, and you're also going to get Candy and Candy XL at an increased rate from 5-star max battles. Now, depending on the price of this event ticket, this might actually be worth it, but I do suggest you do not buy this ticket unless you plan to do a whole bunch of these max battles over the weekend. So, if you have a solid group together and you plan to do as many of these as you can, then yes, I will say buying this ticket will definitely help your experience, especially because of the amount of max particles you will get. But the one thing I will say is that I really feel like they needed to add more, especially if this event ticket ends up being kind of pricey. Like, they should have increased the limit of max particles as well, and also give you a couple of remote raid passes so that you could do these remotely. I think that would have gone over a lot better. But regardless, this is what's going to be available to you if you were to purchase this event ticket. And I will say again, if you do plan to do a whole bunch of these, then it might actually be worth buying. Alright, so pretty straightforward. This is going to be a whole weekend where this one Pokemon is going to be in max battles, and it will require a good number of trainers for you to take them down. Legendary max battles are not that easy. You do need a good number of players with really good Pokemon to take them down with no issues. I think that's kind of like the way that they balance it, right? Because it is essentially free legendaries, but you do need to have the help of a bunch of players, and you might be able to get away with using those mushrooms. Those mushrooms are essentially your way of spending money to actually take these down with less players. So if you're living in a rural area, of course that is an option for you. But also, you can use remote raid passes to do these remotely with other players, and that is also something you should consider. But yeah, I don't necessarily feel like it's worth it. It doesn't require a whole bunch of effort to take these down. You do need a good number of trainers, but if you have some really solid Pokemon in your collection, then you'll be okay. The one thing you do need to keep in mind is that Pokemon like Crown Sword Zacian and Crown Shield Zamazenta are going to take super effective damage from Ho-Oh. So those Pokemon are, I would suggest not using. I would say those are not necessarily the best options, but there's going to be plenty of other ones. I think a really good one is Dynamax Exadrill. That could potentially be a good one. Actually, now that I think about it, the flying type that Ho-Oh has is actually going to kind of negate some of that super effective damage from ground types. I don't know, but a water type, that is of course a really good one. If you have Gigantamax Blastoise, that is definitely going to be really good. I think Gigantamax Lapras could also be very good for this Pokemon battle. I don't know, but basically you just want to go with whatever really good Dynamax Pokemon you have and then just hope for the best. But yeah, essentially, it's pretty much going to be it for this video. Again, I really think you should not skip out on this weekend because it's free legendaries, and you know, this is something that goes unsaid, but doing Dynamax battles is a great way to farm up rare candies and Rare Candy XL and a couple of other resources like Stardust. That's something that a lot of players do not realize. So yeah, that could be another good reason for you to not skip out on this battle weekend. But regardless, let me know your thoughts regarding this battle weekend down below. Are you going to be participating? Are you going to go and pick yourself up a Dynamax Ho-Oh? And do you feel like this could be a great opportunity for you to pick up a shiny? That is also something that I did not mention. Yeah, you could get shinies through Dynamax battles, and I think the shiny rate is a little bit higher, so yeah, that is another thing. Are you excited for that? Definitely share your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below, and let's have a great discussion. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. Make sure you turn it on. And also check out the links in the description below. One of the links is to my Patreon page. And if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, that is a great way for you to do it because I add all of my Patreon supporters to my Pokemon Go friends list. So if that is something that interests you, make sure you go and check out my Patreon. And also, check out my Etsy store. I'll put a link to that in the description below. I'm creating a whole bunch of stuff related to K-pop and anime, and maybe you'll find something really cool that you will like. Yeah, definitely go and check it out. And with all that said, that is going to be it for this video. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.